Hi there, my beloved students of class 9. Hope you are doing fantastic at home. Hope and believe that your parents, your friends, your relatives all are have a very good time in the pandemic situation. And here I am, your teacher, your favorite English teacher, Dalin Kumar Roy with you, presenting Maharaja Girijanath High School online video class. I welcome the students of class 9, those who are watching me right now. You will be much benefited after doing the classes. If you just watch me from beginning to end, you will learn a very good, important and interesting topic today. As you are the students of class 9, you have been promoted to class 9 after 8. Suddenly, because of the pandemic COVID-19 situation, you just done only two and a half month classes, but you haven't done anything yet. You are very confused about your study. That's why I'm here to make your study a little bit upgraded one step ahead. My dear students, so let's get back started. Without further delay, let's start our today's class. Today I have chosen a very new topic for you. One thing, keep it in mind, as this is the very first class, I have come up with a new message. My dear students, keep it in mind. New year, new month, new day, new class, new resilience, new topic, new experience, new teacher, and new class, and at the end, new good result. So let's get started. Today's topic is tag questions. Seems to be a little bit unknown to you, but don't worry, I'm here to make that topic very easy. Topic is tag questions. We are very related the term questions. Question means question interrogation, right? So tag questions. I will explain it later on through some examples. Okay, my dear students, I hope you can see clearly the board, okay? So the first sentence is, do you learn English? I repeat, do you learn English? So at the end, what marks here? Question mark. So definitely it's a question. It's an interrogative sentence, right? Another questions, why do you learn English? Why do you learn English? It's also questions. At the end, you find here the question mark. But the fact is that, what's the difference between two questions? Here is, do you learn English? Just after putting here in front of the sentence, why, it will changes. First one is, we will call yes, no questions. Because if I ask you questions, do you learn English? Simply your answer will be yes or no. So the questions which demands the answer yes and no, that is yes, no questions. So first one is yes, no questions. And the second one is very easy, right? Why? In class 5, I think, I remember, you have learned WS questions, right? The questions which starts with what, when, who, why, how. Those are called WS questions. And of course, you have to put that very WS word in the beginning of the sentence for asking questions. And of course, this question will demand a big descriptive answer, not simply yes or no. If I ask you questions, why do you learn English? Simply you can't answer me, sir, yes or no. Because do you learn English? Then you can answer me yes or no. But for WS questions, your answer should be information, with information, right? So you have to say, I learn English to get a good job. I learn English to get a very, good job in multinational company, or I learn English to improve myself because I want to go abroad. So that's why this is called WS questions. So I write here WS questions, right? Okay. So any questions starting with WS or WS question, or the question starting with auxiliary verb, do, does, have, has, am, is, all these things. So these type of questions are called yes, no question. And my dear students, today we are going to talk about tag questions, and today we'll have clear idea about the tag questions. Okay, let's read the sentence. You learn English, don't you? I repeat, you learn English, don't you? My dear students, this is also a question. You see here, there's also a question mark. This is also a question. But funny enough, that this is a very small questions at the end of the sentence. All the previous two questions, starting with auxiliary verb in the beginning, do, does, am, is, are, can, here, and WS question WS words in the beginning. But here, for tag questions, the tag question comes at the end. So even the size of the question is very short. So, don't you? You learn English, don't you? These type of questions are generally asked by the police officers. When they arrest the criminals, they ask, you are a thief, aren't you? You did the work, didn't you? You have stolen this pen, haven't you? So this type of question to interrogate, to make a crossword to the criminals, this type of question, asked by the police officers to make sure that he is the criminal, right? So tag questions, now we get the definition. What is tag questions? Just repeat after me, right? Okay, tag question is a very short question. Tag question is a very short question that comes after a statement. I repeat, tag question is a very short question. Do you, don't you, can you, can't you, is it, is that it? So this type of short question comes at the end of the sentence after a statement, after a sentence. So after a positive sentence or negative sentence, when the question comes, that is called tag questions. So my dear students, I hope you are clear about tag questions, right? So tag question comes at the end of the sentence after a maybe positive or negative sentence. Okay, I have given you a picture, a diagram, you can see here. Maybe the students of class 8, 9, 10, those who have done algebra, the mathematics like finding out the value. Marninoy, in Bengali, Marninoy in algebra. So we have to prove it, right? Left hand side and right hand side. So structurally, I have compared tag questions with the mathematics algebra for the finding out the value. Okay, I have written here left hand side and right hand side. I compare the given sentence, the sentence which will be given to your questions. I will compare it left hand side, LXS, left hand side. So this given part is my left hand side and my tag question is right hand side. So we will prove it, right? We will have agreement from left hand side to right hand side. So how will be their agreement? Okay, let's see here. I have given here the sign plus and minus. Keep it in mind, plus refers to an affirmative sentence. I write here in short, affirmative. That means in Bengali, habodok bakko. All the sentences which declare an affirmation or giving something in positive, that is called affirmative sentence. I just mark them as plus sign. And the sentences which are negative, which deny, I just mark them as negative sentence, I mean minus. So, my dear students, they're very simple. If my statement left hand side is positive, that question will be negative. And if my sign is negative, that question will be positive. So I repeat, when my given sentence is habodok in Bengali, that's positive, you have to turn the question into negative. And if my sentence is negative, then I have to turn into positive. And this is the very, very precondition of making tag questions. First, keep it in mind, if you find the sentence plus, you have to make question negative. If you find the information negative, you have to make the question positive. So through examples, I would like to make it clear to you. Okay, he is a student. In Bengali, she ekjon chhatro. He is a student. If I ask you, it is a plus or minus? Definitely it's a plus. So my dear friends and students, obviously that question will be minus. Just you have to give the sign like that. He is not attentive in the class. She class e monojogi noy. It's a negative sentence. Why? Because this is not here, and you have to make the question positive. So now we will learn how we will write the tag questions. Tag question always starts with auxiliary verb. In my previous classes, I have already shared what are the auxiliary verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, do, does, have, has, had, shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must. These are the auxiliary verb, right? Okay, so my dear students, he is a student. Which is auxiliary verb here? Yes, is here. So just copy here, is. And you have to keep it in mind, you have to change the mark, plus will be into minus. So is not, isn't. In tag question, always auxiliary verb and not will take the very short form, right? So he is a student, isn't, then subject, isn't he? Next one, he is not attentive in the class. Here is negative. Auxiliary verb is here, is. So question will be, is he? So I repeat, he is a student, isn't he? He is not attentive in the class, is he? So now, my dear students, we'll move to some exercises, board question exercises. Let's get back started to make you clear. Well, friends, let's get back to starting. Okay, today, through examples, we will be 100% sure how to make tag questions, right? So be attentive to the very lessons. Okay, two things are very important. Okay, sign, plus minus sign is very important, and leader is very important, right? You know what happens in our country? Okay, in our country, two major parties in our country, right? One is, Awami League, and another is BNP. So what we follow? We follow the leader, right? Similarly, we have to follow the leader of the sentence. Okay, if I ask you, Rana is a player, which is leader, which is subject here? Yes, Rana. Next sentence, Rana. Okay, for your understanding, I have given you the same subject. Now, sign, the marker, okay, sign is needed. So Rana is a player. Positive or negative? Yes, positive. How about Rana is not well trained. Rana is not well trained. So here the sign is minus. Rana plays regularly. Okay, so it's a positive sign. Rana never plays well. So never, it gives it a negative sign, so it's negative. So my dear students, two things are ensured. So it's very easy now. Okay, two things, marker and leader, right? In Bengali, marker and leader. Leader means the subjects, and the marker, the form of the sentence is positive or negative. So already we have ensured. So I have to make sure if it is positive, tag question will be negative, right? Okay, tag questions is formed with the help of auxiliary. So here is here. So I write is plus, then I have to make it minus, not, isn't. Here Rana is a boy. Rana is a boy, singular, one person. So as it is boy, we have to write here he. Similarly, if I write here Rina, a girl, so Rina is a player, that time you have to write isn't she. Rana is not well trained. So leader is Rana, marker is minus. So tag question will be positive, keep it in mind. Need auxiliary verb, right? So is he. Okay, please make practice. Rana is a player, isn't he? Repeat after me. Rana is a player, isn't he? Next one. Rana is not well trained, is he? Rana is not well trained, is he? Okay, my dear students, I think you have understood. Now another two examples. This is the very last part and very interesting point, and it will help you to have a very 100% preparation. Okay, back here. Rana plays well. Leader, subject is Rana. Marker and sign form is positive. But the fact is that there is no auxiliary verb. There is no auxiliary verb. In these previous two sentences, we have found here is, but here is no auxiliary verb. So let's have a slogan. Slogan right? Okay. Thagle verb auxiliary lagbe na douradori. I repeat. Thagle verb auxiliary lagbe na douradori. Na thagle auxiliary do, does, did, anything. I repeat. Thagle verb auxiliary lagbe na douradori. Na thagle auxiliary do, does, did, anything. Okay, my dear students, here sign is positive. There is no auxiliary verb, right? So do, does. You have to make sure do, does. Okay, which comes here? Here is plays, right? So does comes here. Does. Sign is plus. I have to make it negative. Doesn't he? Clear? Okay. So next sentence. Rana never plays well. Rana kokonoi khele na bhalo bhalo, right? Okay. The form is negative. I have to make positive questions. And the fact is leader is Rana, but there is no auxiliary verb. No am, is, are, have, has, can, could, now. So na thagle auxiliary, slogan ta bolo. Thagle auxiliary lagbe na douradori. And na thagle auxiliary, idiot only, do, does, did. Yes, very good. So do, does. Which comes here over here? So again does. So does. So this is the tag question. So what is the definition of tag question? Tag question is a very short question that comes after a statement, after a positive statement or negative statement. Plus thagle minus, minus thagle plus. So my dear students, thank you very much for watching me. I hope you have understood. All the very best and see you next video classes. All the best. Bye-bye.